I gotta say it. And, look, here's the thing. We took last week off. We didn't record an episode last week. And, part of the reason is I wanted you guys to focus on the hearings that are happening. Because I think that's important stuff. It's way more important stuff than anything that I'm going to say, right? Is you should listen to these hearings and go right to the source and be equipped to respond to any jackass that wants to tell you there's no evidence, which people still are saying. It's incredible. After the evidence we've seen, if you watch the hearings, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Witness statement after witness statement after witness statement. Data reporting of abnormalities. All of the bellwethers that Trump hit. These are supposed to tell you definitively who is going to win the election. They are never wrong, not in the history of this country. So if one of them was wrong, you would just dismiss that as, oh, okay, that's fine. But all of them were wrong, which should tell you this is bogus. You have video evidence of workers in Georgia sending everyone home because of a false water leak and then pulling ballots out, just bundles of ballots from under tables and then running them through scanners, possibly multiple times. And this all happens at the same time that it's reported Joe Biden gets a 23,000 vote boost. All of this is evidence. And anyone who tells you that it's not is a fool who is lying to you and themselves. Now listen, welcome to the Right Wing Vegan, by the way. We are pissed today. This is a pissed off episode. And we're going to get into it, man. No holds barred today, folks. So if you got kids, you might want to wait to listen to this one when they're gone, or not in the car, or not in the vicinity, because we're letting it go today, folks. This is an uncensored episode. I am not going to censor myself. I am furious. And I know a lot of you are too. And I think we need this time to get this out, to get this off our chest and out of our system, because look, I got to tell you, man, it is not Democrats who are letting us down. They cheated. We know they cheated, right? We know that. But they aren't the ones who are letting us down right now. These are Republicans. These are Republican judges, in many cases, who are just dismissing these cases. And then they to talk about that for a second, they use the excuse, you should have filed this lawsuit before. But when lawsuits were filed before, they were challenged and dismissed because there was no injury. You had to wait until injury before you file the lawsuit. Now we're filing the lawsuits after the injury has occurred, and these judges are still throwing the cases out, and they're claiming latches. Well, which is it? Which is it? So there's corruption there, and maybe we should have known the judicial system was corrupt. Now, us and the left at least agree on something. So take that. Okay, there's that. Judicial system is corrupt. Okay. Then you get to our mayors and our governors and our secretaries of state who claim to be Republicans and who certainly used Trump when it was convenient for them. Right? I'm looking right at you, Brian Kemp. You claim to be a Trump supporter when you want to get elected. When you want to beat fat Stacey Abrams, you claim, I'm a big Trump guy. But when Donald Trump needs you, when the American people need you, when the people who voted for your sorry ass need you, you're nowhere to be found. Probably because China is giving you money. There's some evidence of that too, buddy. There's a video where he's welcoming Chinese investors to Georgia. So if you think Brian Kemp is on the up and up, you're a fool and an idiot. You've got video of Democrats out there a couple of years ago talking shit about Dominion voting systems, and then all of a sudden now they're Dominion's best friend, and we should not be questioning these systems. They're of moral repute. These systems are perfect. Nothing could ever hurt them or infect them. There's evidence that they were connected to the internet. They keep telling you they weren't. Well, there's evidence that they were. These Republicans are the most... All right. I have been a member of the Republican Party since the year 2000. I've told my story before. George Bush. George Bush was the first Republican that I voted for. I regret that. I now am at a place in my life where I regret that because these judges that he appointed, what's the point? They're all one party anyways. There's no difference between Democrats and Republicans if Republicans are just as likely to stab you in the back as Democrats are. Why even vote for a Republican then? If you're not going to do anything, if you're just going to sit around and let all this happen, why should we vote for you in the first place? This election is being stolen, okay? Fact. And if it's not, there's at the very least, there's enough evidence that it should be looked into and but no one cares. Go to Arizona, okay? Let's go to Arizona. Legislature, many members want to have a special session. What happens? The Republican majority leader of the state house refuses because of COVID. The House never shut down because of COVID, but all of a sudden, now COVID's an issue. Well, how convenient. I think his name is Rusty Bowers, by the way, in case you want to blast him with emails, which you absolutely should, by the way. Yeah. Russell Bowers. What a scumbag. Is his phone number on here? Because I'm going to give it to you guys if it is. I've been a lifelong Republican. I am not a Republican anymore. I'm here to tell you right now, this is me announcing officially that I am no longer a member of the Republican Party. If the Republican Party is not going to stand up and do something to help Donald Trump, to help their voters. Forget Donald Trump. Take him out of it. The people who are voting for you, who support you, who've donated money to you, are asking you to do something and you won't do it. Which means you're either guilty or you just don't give a shit. You just don't give a shit. I don't understand how there's so much corruption on both sides. How did we let this happen? And again, you don't believe there's fraud? Fine. Investigate it. Put your voters at ease. At least look into it. What do you have to lose? Twitter's a cesspool. I mean, we knew that, right? We knew that. And you get on here and people are just willfully lapping up the milk that they're being provided by their corrupt politicians because the outcome is the outcome that they wanted. And they're just happy. They're happy they won. They don't care how. They don't care if these politicians that they've elected, that they've chosen to represent them, are corrupt AF. They don't care. They just lap the milk up. Just lap it up. Well, I'm here to tell you that I'm not going to do that, and you shouldn't either. What I find hilarious is that so Sidney Powell was arguing her election cases today, at least the one in Georgia. Okay? And it was dismissed. But the judge was looking for every reason under the sun to dismiss this. If you listen to the hearing, he kept asking Sidney questions, and Sidney was coming back with very poignant answers. For people who think Sidney Powell is an idiot, you are dead wrong. And one of the questions that the judge asked is, does it even matter what we do here? Because Trump lost. Even if we overturn Georgia, Trump still lost. And my jaw is like dropped. Because I'm thinking, did you just ask if it matters if our election was fair and free? It doesn't matter who won. The outcome isn't important. What's important is figuring out if we can trust our systems. And when you act like you have something to hide by rushing through this process, rushing to eliminate the evidence, and fighting every opportunity for an investigation, you look guilty as hell. You look guilty. I don't care about party. I don't care about the outcome of this election. I care about the election. I care about our republic. I care about our systems. And I think there is a virus in the system that has rot to the core. I don't think that virus has a party. I think it's both parties. I think our two-party system is part of the problem. I think the uniparty is the problem. There's not much difference between Democrats and Republicans. They pretend like there is, but when they actually get in office, they just don't do anything. And if they do something, you know who it benefits. It benefits the wealthy, and it hurts the middle class. You find it convenient that these COVID lockdowns, there's all these restrictions for small businesses, but big business, the elites, the wealthy, they are allowed to just go on business as usual. Why is Hollywood essential? Why is that essential? I can't think of a less essential business than Hollywood. I really can't. There isn't one out there that I can think is less essential to the survival of humankind than adult pretenders, than people whose job is to pretend for a living. They are not essential. But in California, guess what? They're essential. So you can't take a walk now in certain areas of California. That is literally an order. You can't take a walk. But Hollywood can continue business as usual. And businesses that work with Hollywood, they can continue business as usual as well. If that doesn't outrage you, I don't know what will. Just go back to being a drone. You might as well. You might as well just go back to being a drone because, you know, why don't you just, as a matter of fact, I was going to say something really bad there, so I won't. So the Republican Party needs us right now. They do. And they keep saying, oh, you got to vote for Loeffler and Perdue. It's the right thing to do. And if you're a Republican, you know, how dare you not vote for Loeffler and Perdue? And how dare you tell people not to vote for Loeffler and Perdue? Oh my gosh, how dare you? If we let the socialists take over the world, they're going to do everything possible to keep us out. They're going to pack the court and make sure the Republicans never win again. Do you think I give a damn right now if Republicans ever win again? Do you think I care? Now you guys need us? And I was a staunch defender, man. I was arguing with Trump supporters on Twitter about whether or not we need to back Loeffler and Perdue. And I still think we do. But I think we need to completely restructure this party. Okay, fine. We'll vote for Loeffler and Perdue. But starting after the special election, we're taking our party back. We're taking our party back. We're going to primary every single one of these establishment cronies. That includes McConnell, that includes Graham, that includes all of these establishment Republicans from top to bottom of ticket. We're getting them out. This is not your party. This is our party. And I invite disaffected liberals, I invite everyone to do it with me. And you know what? The Democrats should do the same. We need to get these establishment cronies, these elitists, these people who think they know better than us, anybody who locks us down and tells us we can't run our business because of a virus that has a 99.97% survival rate, you can F right off. There's no excuse for not wanting to find out whether or not this election was on the up and up. There's no excuse for the Department of Justice not to act. There's no excuse for them to make statements about ongoing investigations. That's not precedented. You don't come out and say, we haven't found any evidence yet. The investigation is ongoing. You keep your mouth shut. But Bill Barr is an elitist. He's an establishment guy. Joe Biden is an establishment guy. This is why when people ask, why in the world would Brian Kemp do this? It makes no sense. It's because Joe Biden's an establishment guy, and they are all establishment guys. And I got to tell you, they are banking on you forgetting this in 2 years. And this is why we need to make certain that we don't forget this ever. So, the Secretary of State in Georgia, the governor in Georgia, you're on notice. You want us to vote for Loeffler and Perdue? You better investigate. You better investigate because they are not going to win. They're not. Because conservatives are pissed. Republicans are pissed. So, we're mad. We're mad. I almost didn't do an episode today because I knew I was going to be so mad and I was going to say things, but I think most of you people, the people who are listening to this and the people who follow us on Twitter, I hear you guys and I see you guys, and I would imagine you guys are as mad as I am. So it's important that we do this because it's important that we remember this in 2 years, in 4 years. It's important that we remember that this party betrayed us. It betrayed its base. It betrayed the people who supported it, who've donated to it, who've walked out and campaigned for it, who go door to door, who make phone calls. This party has betrayed you. And it's time that we fight back. So, how can you do that? Well, you can call these legislators. You can make phone calls. You can go to state capitals and protest. You can go to their houses and protest. You can find their addresses online. Go to their houses. Stand outside of their house and be loud. We criticize the left for these things, but at least the left gets things done. We never do anything. I'm a Republican because I'm pro-life. Let me ask you a question. What pro-life laws have your Republican leaders passed? What have your Republican leaders done to defend the rights of the unborn? Is Roe versus Wade still a thing? Because I don't think that's been overturned. Huh. Now, some governors have done some good things. Some local politicians have done some good things there, and you should keep voting for them, supporting them, donating to them. But for everybody else who claims to be pro-life, what have you done to back that up? What have you done? How have you made our Second Amendment right stronger? How have you defended that? We should start asking these questions because what I've noticed is that most politicians talk a big, big game, but they do nothing. They do nothing. And I have to tell you, I'm tired of it. Words aren't going to get us anywhere. You can tell me you're pro-life. You can tell me you're pro-Second Amendment. You can tell me you're pro-liberty and you're pro the Constitution. But when you don't do anything to defend it, how am I supposed to believe it? Well, I'm no longer going to believe it. So to the Trump supporters out there, we have a few options. We either take our party back by forcing out these establishment cronies, by making sure we remember the names of every Republican who did not support your president, who did not support you. And we need to make sure that liberty is defended. So we either do that and we take our party back, or we start our own party. We start our own party. We break away from both the Republican and the Democrat Party, and we start our own party. It's time. We let them know we will not support you if you will not support us. These Republicans have a few more opportunities, or we're in a banana republic. And you should remember that if you live in Georgia. Matter of fact, I would say unless Kelly Loeffler or David Perdue come out and say that they will do something to protect the president, if they will do something, I mean, the Senate gets to vote. The Senate gets to determine whether or not they accept the results of the election. They are both sitting senators right now. I would say unless they promise you that they're going to do something to object, to call into question the results in Georgia at this point, I would say you don't vote for them. Make them come out and say it. This isn't our side versus their side tribalist bullshit, okay? We do that too much. It means nothing. It means nothing. This is, you either follow the will of the people, we the people, or your ass is getting kicked out of there. You're out. We the people run this country. We, the people, are the backbone of liberty. And we, the people, have the power to make damn certain that we don't make this mistake again and put these elitist, corrupt hacks back into office. And it's time that we, the people, take the power back. We take it back. If the state legislatures won't do anything, vote them all out. Vote every single one of them out. Every one of them. If Congress and the Senate do not object when that happens, you vote them all out. Every single one of them. I don't care. They're gone. The ones who object, stay. The ones who don't, you're gone. Every judge that's ruled against us, get them out of there. I don't care how. Get them out. It's Banana Republic, man. Hard to believe that we lost our freedom. That we lost our country probably years ago. I don't know exactly when it happened. But we let these elitists, we let these establishment rich cronies who just want to help the wealthy, who just want the rich to get richer, we let them take over, and now we're paying for it. Thank you guys for listening. I'm sorry today was such a bummer. Tomorrow might be a bummer too. We'll see. Hey, tomorrow could be a big day. The Supreme Court at least could step up. I know we got some good people on the bench, so maybe they'll do the right thing. You know, we're just waiting for somebody to do the right thing here. That's what we're waiting on, and maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe there are still good people in politics. I don't know. Certainly doesn't seem like it, but thank you guys for listening. We really appreciate you. I really do appreciate our listeners. And you know what? I understand this is a dark time. We're all trying to get through this together, man. That's all we can do. Anyways, thank you guys very much. I will see you guys next time.